Got a hankering for a 1960s Jaguar, but don't fancy an E-Type? Enter stage right, the Jaguar XK150. Hello and welcome to one of the most beautiful cars ever made. It's quite the statement, I know, but I firmly believe it. This may well be the best looking car of all time, especially in coupe form. The Jaguar XK150 was the last of the lineup of the XK model at the time, and what a send-off it was. Armchair levels of comfort with electrifying performance. That was the name of the game with the XK150, and that was the marketing spread dropped by Jaguar when this was introduced in the late 1950s. A delightful send-off for a legendary XK lineup, certainly. The XK150 would get you to your destination impressively quick with its 3.4 or 3.8 litre units, but when you got there, you'd still feel relaxed and refined, unlike a lot of its other counterparts at the time. This particular car is a 1960, one of the last of the few, and it's a very, very nice example indeed. Finished in a classic colour scheme, white over black. You can't help but love it. I mean, look at the shape. What we're going to do today is have a little bit of a look around it, take a look inside and at the engine and see what makes this car so special. And then we're going to get it out on the road and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think. I'm feeling quite lucky today. This particular 1960 XK150 is slightly rarer than the average XK150. And that all comes down to what's under the bonnet. So let's get it open, have a look and talk about what's so special hiding under there. 3.4 litre units were the name of the game with the bulk of XK150s. However, towards the end of production, Jaguar vamped it up a bit. A 3.8 litre unit like we find here was offered from late 1959 into the 1960 year model. This particular car has the 3.8 litre unit paired to a manual transmission, which makes it particularly rare and an excellent performer as well. 220 brake horsepower. This was an impressively quick car for its time and by modern standards is still very fast indeed. It will get you along the road quickly, there's no worry about that. So what's the cabin like? Well, it's exactly what you'd expect from a Jaguar of the era. It's lavishly upholstered, it's comfortable, it's well appointed. It ticks all the boxes the discerning sports car buyer would have been looking for. This being an XK150, it does have seats in the rear, which if you had children you could get away with, or if you were lacking in the leg department, you might just about squeeze yourself in. There's a new revised dash layout with this being a later model, but apart from that, everything is pretty simple and reminiscent of the XK lineup that came before. The materials used are of a very high quality and it's just a generally very nice place to be in here. My only critique? The steering wheel is quite big and it makes getting in and out a little bit difficult compared to an E-Type of the era. It's doable and once you get into the swing of things you get used to it, but it does take some getting used to, certainly. So we've had a look at this absolutely drop-dead gorgeous car. We've looked inside it, we've looked under the bonnet. We know what makes it special, but now let's get down to the important bit. What's it like to drive? I suppose we better go and find out. Behind the wheel of an XK150, what a dream achieved. We're going to let it warm up a bit on these country lanes and then we'll give it a proper blast, I guess. Real tough day at the office, this one. So you're all warmed up, so what is it like to drive? Well, it really is exactly what you'd expect. It's delightfully fast. Really, even by today's standards, this is a very quick car indeed. The 220 horsepower unit has plenty of grunt, gets you along the road really nicely. Road holding has certainly surprised me in this. For a 75-year-old car, it really does stick in the corners and you can push it and have a real nice level of confidence that you're going to get out the other side facing the same direction you went into the corner. The 4-speed manual box feels very nice, it's very manageable. Clutch action is good and gear changes can be incredibly smooth. I'm not battling with my feet and hands and declutching here and there. It's a very usable box, I'm quite impressed. Through residential streets and little villages, it's a very refined car. This really is a sports tourer as Jaguar wanted it to be. It's quiet, the cabin isn't blustery, and there's not rattles and squeaks from every fitting and fixture you see. Now braking, there certainly could be some improvement in that department. These do feel very soft, and I feel not nervous, but I'm a little bit apprehensive about how much I want to trust them. Coming back to what I said when we explored the interior, you really do notice the size of the steering wheel when you're out on the road. My legs are constantly rubbing up against it, especially when I'm trying to change gear. It does become a little bit inconvenient, I'll be honest. I feel very old Hollywood driving this. I could be on Sunset Boulevard right now, although I'm actually in a field in Hertfordshire somewhere. They always say don't meet your heroes, but that's not the case with the XK150. This is an excellent car to drive. You'll hear me mention it a few times, but this is a car that's often sat in the shadows of its brother, the E-Type, and I think that's a crying shame. This is a striking car. It's incredibly beautiful. It drives brilliantly and has a wonderful selection of engines on offer. It found great success on the racetrack at Le Mans, and in the historic racing scene today, proves very, very popular indeed. Paired with a manual box like this one, it's, I argue, a better drive than the E-Type. I also argue it's better looking. Now that's controversial, I'm sure, but it's a statement I will stand by. Thank you very much for watching, and do remember, if you have a classic car to sell, head over to classiccarbuyer.co.uk and we'll be sure to see if we can help you. Bye bye.